You see the headline of the video: how to raise a 10 million fund as a hedge fund manager. Here is what it's kind of impossible for you to raise capital. After this, it will become easy, fast, and for sure it's possible for you. Why it matters? You will have the access, you will have all the sources to scale up your hedge fund or startup. You will fulfill your goals to have $1 billion firm. You will never run into empty pipeline again. You will stop being last to adopt every trendy solution for your business. You will leverage investment opportunities. You will expand your team. You will hire more team members. You will expand, not contract, but because you need to avoid contracting, you need to expand. You will align with the investor expectations because expanding and you have more asset under management. You have bigger asset under management, so you will absolutely align with the investor expectations. You will go all in into the marketing and the advertising. So you will have more investors, you will have more clients, and you will expand more with your lead sources and lead generation strategies. You will have the clear strategy on how you can do that by your own self constantly. You will deliver the output quickly to your investors. And for sure, you will also have a better strategy with your trading strategy or with your trading bot, with trading AI, or with your trading data sources that you currently have. You will have a better strategy and better output from the current strategies that you currently running because you will have a bigger asset under management or bigger fund to have control over it. So let's get into it directly. So first of all, I will give you a quick brief about us, what we have done before, and the one who's talking with you right now has knowledge, has the experience to tell you what he will tell you. First of all, Mina Gross has driven 50 million in revenue as a full stack marketing agency for B2B and B2C companies. By doing personalized lead generation strategies, we have generated 40 million in public volume via marketing and investor relation. At the same time, we have also secured over 250 million across vertical industries using a mix of organic growth and personalized outreach strategies. So I have a fundraising firm. It's called for Mina Gross. From Mina Gross, it has been founded from me and my partner. Mina Gross, it has founded by me because we have our investors in the Mina market, and we are actually connectors between investors from the Mina markets and the other hedge funds or investment banks, even startups worldwide. So we are only the connector in the middle. That's what we are doing. We have started in the Mina market. That's why it's called for the Mina Growth. But now, right now, we have our sources and our connections worldwide. So that's exactly what we are doing, and what I will give you right here, that's the exactly same guide and the exactly same proven strategies that we have used to our client in the beginning. And now we are using completely different strategies. We have over 20 strategies that we are using to outsource new investors and to outsource new strategies to our clients. But this one has proven to us that it had the most and the biggest impact on our fundraising journey. So let's take a look. So first of all, you need to do the investor segmentation. That's exactly what you need to do, which is quite obvious and everyone know about it. You need to understand how you can segment the investors before you can start to do the campaign right here. So how the action plan it will go, you have to identify and categorize the investors using a matrix based on deal type, geography, risk tolerance, and mandates. You will right here of what I will provide you of sources. You will tap into a network of over 20,000 institutional and accredited retail investors. The tools that we are using and we have already used before, we have used Brigham, Fintrix, Capital IQ, Beachbook, and you know the others. So the Brigham, we have it for private equity and venture capital data. For family office database, we have Fintrix. For Capital IQ, we have for Titaliate investor profiles. For Beachbook, we have investor profiles and deals. We have the other sources right here for all the data that we need in order to to do the outsourcing for our clients. So you will have the completely same guide in the end of the video. You will find it in the description, so you can download it and you can choose which tools that you would have for your project or for your startup or for your hedge fund or for your investment firm. So learning these tools, you will have the access to do the segmentation side. All right. So what you need to do is you need to scrape investor list. So you will create a list of active investors with recent mandates past 6 to 12 months tolerate to your criteria. All right. Example: automate using LinkedIn Sales Navigator and scraping tools like Phantom Poster, Seismic. It also works. You will personalize the communication with custom first lines for emails or messages. Example tools for email personalization. You have Lavender, you have Crystal, you have Advertise, and you have Quick Mail. All the tools are right here, and all the links to these tools are attached to the tools that you will have it in the Google Doc right here. All right. So now you understand how you will do the segmentation side, how you will build your investor list. You will build your investor list by having investors who has already interacted with similar deals as yours and who has a portfolio history as yours, and what they have for investment size and what they have done for investment deals before are similar to what are you looking to get for capital targets. Okay, and what they have for interest for industries, it has to be the exact same interest as you have for industry, correct? Which is quite obvious, but you need to build the CRM, pass it on this data, so you don't need to have meetings with tier key cards and with someone who are not aware of what you are talking about. Okay, so you will have the access to do the segmentation side and build your investor list by these tools right here. To have a high open and close rate, so you need to have a high open rate, percentage, correct? So how you can do that, I will tell you how to increase the close rate. All right, so to increase the close rate, you need to increase the open rate, correct? So you can't actually increase the close rate without having a higher open rate. All right, so how you can do that, I will tell you right away. So you will search each investor's social media accounts and incorporate a personal or family event into the email or headline to increase the open rate. What that means, I will give you example right here. If an investor, if investor shares on their Facebook feed that their son graduated and posts a picture from the event, you could use the following headline. Headline: congrats on your son's degree. You got it? So now you need to make it personalize it, so the investor, he will feel like you know them or you know him, so he will open the email. Right? It sounds obvious, but you are avoiding it because you don't want to put the effort, to put the extra effort into it, because you are not looking to not being lazy. So what you can do if you want to not spend that time, because you don't have a lot of time, I'm expecting to. If you want to save your time, so you can hire a VR, which is a virtual assistant, to manage this task for you and save time. You can find VS on platforms like Fiverr or Upwork. So they can do these tasks for you. So you don't need to do it by your own self. Okay. So step 2, messaging. How you can do the messaging side, what the messaging side will look like. I will give you a quick and actionable plan. So first of all, you need to have the intro deck and the data room audits. Benchmark your deck against recently founded deals in similar spaces. Example, tools. You will use DocSend for data room management. You will use also Beautiful AI for deck creation. You will use You will use a clever tab founding tracker, provides data on deals in many emerging spaces to ensure your messaging aligns with the trends. You will also use Visme offers fully customizable templates with interactivity option for impactful presentations. You will also use T-Lead, create interactive pitch decks that investors can engage with directly. You will also create in-feed teaser document and refine messaging for clarity and impact. Example, what you can use is you can use Canva to design the professional documents. You can also use the seed press design and polish these are documents with a brand constancy and easy collaboration. So you need to do that. You can't just run away from having the intro deck of your project. You need to do that, which is just quite obvious. You need to create the data room audits, and you need to build it and make it and optimize it before you start to do any step of this process. All right. So the intro deck is quite obvious to build an intro deck. I think if you are already a hedge fund manager and you understand what I'm talking about, so you have all the knowledge and you have all the insights on how you can do that. I'm assuming that you have already raised capital before, but I don't need to go through it. I don't need to go into it. But what you need to do, and what we have seen for our clients that has increased already the close rate, make sure to include what if slide in your pitch deck, in your intro deck, to increase the close rate. Address any unspoken objection or potential scenarios. Example, we are looking to raise 50 million and provide a return of X and Y after the specified time frame. If the investment doesn't perform as planned, or if any market conditions that it happens, or any market conditions affect the timeline of the agreement, we will implement strategies B and C to continue generating returns until X and Y are achievable again. Okay, so if you want to increase the close rate, so you can have that in your intro deck to increase the close rates, because now getting the unspoken objection or potential scenarios that any investor who would hear your intro deck would actually consider about. All right. So if you are doing that, so you will absolutely have a higher close rate. You need to give them something valuable right here to them that you will give them back. All right, until X and Y are achievable for them for you again. So it has to be something valuable, okay, and you can identify that by your own self, or from what the investors that you will have conversation with has for interest. Okay, so that's exactly what you need to do in order to increase the close up rate. If in order of the intro deck slides, I'm assuming that you know your homework. I don't need to go through it. So here you will have also more tools on how you can create the intro deck, and it will help you out to create the intro decks, that these are documents and all the documents that you would actually think about. So right here, if you want to start to send the emails, because one step of this strategy is to send out emails. Emails works if you actually doing it right, but if you are not doing it right, it will not work, that's quite obvious. There is no talk about it in everything. If you are not doing it right, it will not work. So how you will do that? You will develop sequencing for email and direct messages. Example, you will use for employee, you will use MailChimp or Reply AI. HubSpot works, Sales Handy works, Limlist for automated outreach. So for automated outreach, you will use Limlist. That's what I can recommend to you. So what I can tell you here for a tip, or what I can recommend to you to do here when you are sending over emails, you don't need to have long emails. You don't need to send anyone a page a written page on what you are offering right here, because this is the first touch with the investor, and most of the investors you will close them after the 7 or 8 touches. All right, there is no one will be closed in the first touch. So why you will send over a one page to any investor? It will not make sense, because no one will engage with them and no one will ever read them. What's your goal from the first email is only to be engaged with the investor, is only to get the positive reply, correct? How you will get the positive reply is by having short emails, short DMs, short email, and messages. When long form written messages are for beginners, okay, or for new pies, if you would like to hear it. You got it? So have short DMs, short emails, short messages all the time to make sure that you will have positive response if there is any interest from the other side. Okay, so directly you can go to the offer, you can have something personalized in the first line. We have seen that you have engaged in similar deals before, these similar projects, and which we have seen that you have provided X and Y on these projects, which we are uh, very impressive about. We are very impressed of your previous work with these investments that you have done with these projects and what you have provided on the investment table. We have X and Y programs right now, and we would like to have a quick chat on that if you have any interest on that. If you don't have, we would wish you all the luck. Something easy, simple, and directly go into the main thing. All right. And right now, so if for retail focused offerings, craft video presentations to connect emotionally directly. What you will have for tool, you will have Loom with Tia, Photon for investor presentations. And you will also have Camtasia to edit the videos if you would like to edit them as a software, as the editing software. All right. So how you would record the videos, what you will do inside the videos, how your body language, if you are thinking about it, just don't make it, don't complicate it, don't make it don't make it like the biggest complex thing in the world. Keep it simple, smile, talk clearly, and keep it as short as possible. Start with the problem, all right, that you are solving. Then after the solution, your unique selling point, which are your programs or your investment opportunities, and in that with the clear call to action. Okay, keep it short. Keep it the video right here. It has to be less than 5 minutes. Okay. Step 3, the channel. So you will do advertising. You can't run away from it. You know that. You need to do advertising. Okay. How you can do advertising right here. So what you can do, you will use programmatic ads targeting investor audiences. Example tools: LinkedIn ads for B2B targeting, ad rule for retargeting campaigns, stack adapt TV advertising with robust targeting for niche investor demographics, which I don't recommend to do that. But if you're living in the 80s and you want to do something from the 80s, so you can do that. And there is something it's called for Certio for retargeting ads to re-engage people who have already interacted with your website or desire. That's what we recommend for our clients, and that's what we have seen the biggest impact on our clients, brands. Because right now you're interacting with someone who has already been aware of your own brand, who has already been aware of your programs, of your investment opportunities, what you are offering. So they are most likely to convert to take the next step. You understand? Now you are not approaching someone from the cold traffic. You are approaching investors or leads from the warm traffic, which is just exactly what the best quality of interest looks like. So retargeting campaigns always start with unique selling point of your program and why now is best time to pull the trigger. So all the time it has to be why you, why your program, why the opportunity, why the investment opportunity right here, all right, what it would be, how it could be with the next 3 years, all right, and why now, why they want to take the action right now, why not later on. So why now? It could be like you will provide more on the investment opportunity. It could be that you will do X and Y and Z with the investment opportunities that they will get it with the next 30 days if they will take the action, if they will take the step. And it could be like for the first 100 or 200 investors that will get involved into this project, so they will have a bigger opportunity to be in the first round. Once you will start to raise up the capital, so they will have a bigger amount of the equity. It could be something like that, that it has to be valuable for them, that it will make sense for them to take the step further. Or if you are only a hedge fund, so it could be like the lock time for the investment or for their money. It could be short for the shorter length, for the shorter time frame, or it could be for longer time frame but for higher return. So it could be multiple things that you need to identify on what's your target audience they are, what's your target audience appreciate, and what they are looking to get from you, to make sure that they will take the step further once you start with the retargeting ads. For the cold outreach, you can deploy multi-account LinkedIn outreach campaigns with Expandy. This is a tool that you will use. Automate LinkedIn outreach campaigns with Zopto. Automate multi-account outreach campaign across LinkedIn, email, and other platforms with Meet Alfred. All of these tools, everything that you see right here, you will have the link in the description, so you can download them all and you can get all of these tools directly from the doc in the description. Build customized email lists using verified campaign domains. What you will have for tool, it could be Hunter.io and it could be Apollo.io. Clear bytes for finding verified email addresses. Lusha investor contacts via verified phone numbers and emails from LinkedIn and websites. So from here, you can build your database and you can get all that data on who you will start targeting, and you can build your CRM list from these tools that you will get from here. So CRM list, as I'm telling you right here, CRM lists should be optimized with each investor's interest, investment size, portfolio, deal history, and why they can what they can provide with the investment. So keep it in the mind. You need to qualify them before you start to reach out to them, so you don't spend your time on someone who has no interest in your industry. So make sure to identify all of that into your own CRM list before you start to reach out to them, so you don't spend any time on someone who has no interest or someone who are not ready to take the step right now and they just want to take the step later on. So make sure to take a look on also their history, what they have done for deals before, so you understand how they have for what they have for interest, and if they are willing to provide any value with the investments beside the investments, because not all the investors they are willing to provide any value beside the investment. And if they are not willing to provide any value beside the investment, so you need also to take a bigger look on who you will take on for your startup, or even if you are a hedge fund. So you need also to understand that all the investors, they understand the risk for their investments, and they understand that the luck up for their money or for the investment. It could be for 1 or 2 years, and they need to understand all the risks that they will take before they take any step further. So you need to only engage with someone who has completely full understanding of the investment process. So you don't need to spend your time on someone who only new in the industry and they don't understand anything that would be valuable for you or valuable for your projects. So step 4, presentation, action plan, collaborate with a presentation coach or like public speaking coach to refine your delivery. Example, you have these examples right here, and all of these tools or all of these communities, they will help you with the public speaking and how you can start to introduce yourself to the presentation in very uh, lucrative way that will grab attention from the investors, and at the same time you will be valuable and you will not spend your own time and their own time. A community-based program for enhancing your public speaking abilities through peer coaching. Here is another community. Prepare a due diligence report on all the investors before meetings to align with their priorities. So that is very crucial. So before jumping on the call with any investor, you need to understand what they have for interest. As I have mentioned to you before, that's how you need to do in order to build your email list. So that is very crucial to do, and you need to do that so you understand how which points that you will focus more on and which points that doesn't matter for them, and which points that they need to have more explanation on them, so you can provide that upfront before they are starting to ask you any questions or have any concerns on that, correct? So make sure to do your homework before jumping on the call. Not only jump on the call and have a high ego because you have the best project or you have the best programs or you have the best opportunities, the investment opportunities. You need to understand what you're gonna say, how you're gonna say it, who you're talking to, and just collect as much as possible data, which is pretty obvious, but most of you missing this part. Prepare due diligence report on all investors before meetings or links. Yeah. And CB Insights provide insights into investor profile, past investments, and portfolio companies. So here is a tool that will help you to build your CRM list so you can understand what they have for interest, their deal history, and what they have for portfolio, and how they have already engaged with past investments. So you can collect all this data from this tool. And as I told you, you will find all of these tools in the description below. You will have the link to download the Google Doc and get all these tools. At the same time, you have also another tool called for Angel List. Discover detailed profiles and investment trends of angel investors and BCC. So that's where you can also collect and build your CRM list. So you don't need to go into a new search. You don't need to do any search on that. You don't need to spend hours on that, and you don't need to buy it from any other platforms. You have all these tools right here. At the same time, what you need to do is you need to record investor meetings to analyze and improve communication strategy. Example for a tool, you have otter.ai for transpectations and insights. So you need to record every call before you jumping into the second call. You need to record the first call, reflect on them, listen to what you said, and see which parts that you started to lose the investor or you started to actually not get over their objections, or which parts that you need to work on. So you need to have a completely explanation of every or each mistake that you have done once you started to do the presentation to the investors. At the same time, maybe it could be the objection side, maybe it could be the scenarios that you have already skipped and you had no explanation for them. So it could be multiple things that you need to be aware of them multiple times in order to have better presentation and to make sure that you will increase the close rates. So what we are recommending for our clients who we are working with, we are recommending to do exercise, practice exercise every day, to practice the presentation for 1 hour every day. At the same time, they are also doing this exercise to practice all of the objections to the investors, what they are looking to get from the side, from our client sides, what they are looking to get for answers, what they are looking to have for scenarios in their own heads before they speaking these scenarios to our side. So we're making sure to address all of that, write them down, and we start to handle all of these objections and present this presentation multiple times during this 1 hour to make sure that their public speaking skill, it will get better, and it will only increase from here. So that's what we are recommending for our clients. After the first and the third time, you will see that you will have a huge huge success with your presentation, and you will see that you will have a better skill with your speaking or how you present the presentation, and it will sound like it sounds like it goes smoothly for you. But after the fourth to the 10 times that you are repeating the presentation, you will only elevating, or you will only developing for 1% every time you are repeating it. So this 1%, it will collect with the time, and that's what will make you to be better and stand out in the industry. Because right now you're making something that not everyone else making it, and not everyone else are willing to do this boring task to do. But boring is what will make you wealthy. So do the boring things. I'm 100% sure that it will absolutely pay off for you. So just do the practice exercise for 1 hour. Absolutely, it will kick off. And even if the first time and the third time you're feeling like, all right, now I have made a huge success, I don't need to do that anymore. Do it. Keep repeating it until you see that your close rate has already increased. Right there, you can start to focus only on the handle the objections and get into the next step of the navigation sites and start to practice the next step of the process. So that's what I can tell you to do. What I can recommend you to do during the calls: don't try to hold the frame. Okay, everyone else will tell you, all right, try to hold the frame, control the conversation. Don't try to hold the frame, because everyone you're talking with has already been invested into similar projects before and has already been founder before multiple times, most of them, and they understand how the business works. So if you're trying to hold the frame, they're trying to hold the frame, no one will do business with anyone, right? You understand? So it will not work like that. Okay, don't try to hold the frame. At the same time, stay sharp during the call. Have control by being you, which is that's very crucial, a pretty crucial skill that no one else will tell you to learn it. Have control by being you as you are. All right, ask questions to qualify them. Is not only the investors who will ask you the questions, but even you need also to ask the questions to the investors, because you need to identify if they are the right fit for you. Correct? So don't be afraid to not ask questions, but ask more questions, because if you are not asking any questions, so it will sound like very silly to any investor that they will invest into you, or they will have a partnership with you. Okay, so which questions that you will ask right here? What is your typical investment size? Do you focus on early stage or late stage investments? What industries or sectors do you typically invest in? What key factors do you look for when evaluating an investment? Are there any specific financial metrics that are important to you? What value do you provide to portfolio companies? How do you support your portfolio companies post investments? Can you tell me about some of all the past investments that you have made that are similar to our business? What is your track record with companies at our stage and in our industry? What is your typical exit strategy? So ask these questions. You will have all these questions in the Google Doc in the description. You can download it. So number five, investor due diligence. Okay, so right here, you have already made it so far. You have already made the presentation, asked the questions, jumped into the calls, and didn't try to hold the frame. You did your homework. You have built your CRM list. You have already done your homework before the call. You understand that which data your investor value, which data your investor has interest of, and you start to ask the questions. You have identified who are qualified and who are not, and many other things that you need to do in that I have already mentioned to you earlier. So now we're going into the investor due diligence. So assemble industry-specific data rooms and link them with investor due diligence requirements matrix. Example tool, you have a deal room for square sharing. So for creating the data room, you have this tool, deal room. That's what we can recommend that you can use. And inside it, you will have all the financial reports, all the intro deck, all the materials that you need to provide to them. So you will download them, or you can just put them into the data room inside this tool, and you can give them access to inside this data room, and then from there they can take a look on all of these materials, and if they need anything else, they need to see any materials after the first call, so you can just drop them into this data room directly. So you don't need to get into, all right, I was sent by the email and this email hasn't been sent before, or now they're missing the last email. You understand what I'm talking about. So make it to be into one place, create that data room. It would be way easier for you. And right now you have everything in one place. So every time a new investor who has interest, you can just invite them into the data room and give them permission to take a look on what you have for materials. And if they need any more materials, you will also provide them to them. So make sure to provide all the materials after the calls. Make sure to follow up with them, to ask for feedback, to ask about, all right, what you like it the most during the call, what you have, which part of the project or which part of the program that you like it the most, which part that you want to have more information on, which part that you need to have more materials on. Are you interested? During the first call, in the end of the first call, ask the questions all the time. That's what we have used to increase the close rate. Are you interested, not interested, or are you looking to see more information? Which part of these questions are you right now? All right, maybe they will tell you, I'm not interested. All right, you are not interested. Done. You are not interested. Done. Those who are interested, okay, get them to the next step. Those who want to see more, send them more materials. Those who are not interested, so directly get a new, build a new, add up new names to your CRM list and start to do the outsourcing side, start to do the outreach side. So you need to understand your number, and you need to have a look, and you need to have your eyes on your numbers all the time. So that will make sure that you will raise the capital as fast as possible, and you will not spend time with tier kickers or spend time on having a hope of having like one day this will happen, and one day this guy he will come back, or this man he will do, or she told me X and she told me Y. You don't need to just get and just to hang on the hopes. All right, you don't need to have all of that. You don't need to have hopes um, when you start to raise capital. You need to have the logic side. You need to understand, all right, what happened today. All right, not how I feel today, not how he told me today. You understand? That's how you can raise capital. So that's what I can recommend you to do. So at the same time, you have also these tools right here to create all the materials that you need to do. So all the materials that you need to do, financial reports, all the materials that you need to do for your organization, you will find them here to create them in these tools. You don't have any need to use any other tools to create any document for your organization. Everything that you will have it inside this Google document is the completely from A to Z. So you don't need to have anything else beside this Google document. Okay, so that's exactly how it works. So pre-negotiating, negotiated pre and post term sheet details to ensure favorable term. Example, use negotiation frameworks from books like Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. That's what I can recommend you to do. For the document, all negotiation points are addressed before a meeting with investors. So that's what you can also use for a tool that you can address all the points that it has already been discussed before the calls or that it has been discussed lately with the investor. What I can recommend you to do with the negotiation side is only to keep ask questions that will qualify them, all right, and make sure that they have interest of what you are providing, and make sure do not be pushy, okay, and make sure to not be a fan. Okay, so I will tell you what a fan means. So that's what the most of you doing for mistake right here. So if you understand what I'm going to give you right here, if you understand what I'm going to give you right here, so you will close investments deals. All right, so understand this very well, because if you do that, you will close investment deals, and that's why you are not closing investment deals. Understand this very well right now. Pay attention. Remember, investment happens when both sides see the value in the partnership. Example, no music star would do business with a fan, correct? So music can do only business with another star, all right, who is already star, correct? So when you want to do a business with someone, if they don't see any value that you will bring on the board, or they don't see that you are better than them in one or multiple points on one or multiple topics, so they will not invest into you. Okay, the both sides, they need to be on the same line. If someone feels like if the investor feels like he is above you, so you are a fan, and he will not do a business with a fan. No one do. Have you seen a football player who doing a business who playing football with a fan? They playing football with only football players or coming from another team, correct? So that's exactly how things going on. So you don't need to be a fan, because when you are a fan, so you are here. So you need to be here, or you need to be above here in few points. So once they see that you are above them in few points, you have more knowledge in few topics, you have more experience in few topics that they don't have any experience into. So they will invest into you, and they will see that, all right, I will get the value that I need to get it from here, and I will invest right here. You got it? And you can do that by being a fan. All right, being a fan, it doesn't work at all. You do that by asking more questions and to make sure to qualify them that they are the right fit for you. Okay, that's how you can build and close the investment deals that you need to close for your hedge fund or for your startup project. That was everything for today. I hope it was something valuable. I hope it was something new for you. And to get the Google document right here, you will have the link in the description. That was everything. Thank you so much. Have a great day.